And we are live. Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Larry Long Jr. back again for this week's Midweek, Midday, Motivational Minute. I cannot believe that it's already August the 13th. How time has flown. This is episode number 33 for 2025 as we thrive in 2025. And it's episode number 276 overall. Thank you so much for joining. For my IG folks, we are live. This is live. And I wish I could say I have sunshine, but it's a cloudy day here in Raleighwood, Durham. For my folks on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, this is recorded. It's going to go live at 12 o'clock noon, the usual time and space, because I am heading over to an event by WakeMed Foundation. We're raising money. We're raising awareness. We've got our impact meeting today, and we're going to be talking about destigmatizing mental health, shifting the mental health narrative. Now, I just want to set the record straight for those folks who are wondering, what in the world is this midweek, midday motivational minute? It all started on April the 22nd of 2020. We were in the midst of the pandemic. And essentially, if you turned on the news, they might as well have called it bad news. So I said, hey, Larry, what can you do to combat that? I'm not ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN. I'm none of those, but I do have a platform. So I said, why don't I use my platform to share a word of encouragement, a word of motivation, of inspiration, as well as practical, tactical steps and actions that you can take away to help you reset your mindset, to help you recharge your energy and get that jolt, because we all need a little jolt in our lives, especially on Wednesday as we try to finish out the week strong. I hope that this helps you to refocus your actions. What are you doing this week to live a life of purpose, as well as to share insights, real life stories, lessons learned. Those are the smart way to learn, as well as those lessons earned. Yeah, that's the hard way. I've got a hard head. But essentially, it's to help you be your best self, whether it's professionally, in business, whether it's personally, in relationships, whether it's all around holistically in life. I'm hoping to give you some fuel so that you can finish your week strong, roll into a wonderful weekend each and every week, and step into your journey with purpose, with meaning. So thank you for joining live. Thank you for those watching the recording. Join live and leave better is the goal. So last week, we talked about gratitude. We talked about counting our blessings. We talked about the great philosopher and singer Plies, who had a song called You Ain't Regular. Remember, you're 101. You are a masterpiece. Now, last week, I also had the honor, the privilege, the pleasure to join the HBA Home Builders Association, DOC, Durham, Orange, and Chatham County. They had a Summer Careers Academy graduation. They asked me to rock the mic, which was awesome. These young minds in the trades who exhibited just amazing dedication, amazing determination, and just inspiration for me. I had the honor to pay it back to them as well as their parents. That was on Thursday in Hillsborough. On Friday, I got to work with my CISNC, Communities in Schools of North Carolina. They had their Impact Conference, which they asked me to be the closing keynote to allow these administrators to get back home, get ready for the school year with energy, with purpose, with meaning, and knowing that, hey, we are all supporting you. We are celebrating you. We aren't tolerating you. We are celebrating you, lifting you up for the amazing work that you're doing with the students. Now let's get to this week. My email newsletter went out. It's hot. And I hope you had a chance to get it. We were covering mistakes versus mentors, blind spots and breakthroughs, as well as the scars that become your superpowers. So for today's message, and I'm looking at my notes, I just wanted to shout out. I wanted to cover the shortcut, the setback, as well as your superpower. So when I think about shortcut, I think about how can you learn from mentors? How can you learn from coaches, from people who have already been there, done that, and they can share their wisdom so that you can avoid any unnecessary potholes. Now, believe you me, I've hit some potholes that I didn't need to, because I didn't use the shortcut. Now, the setback, those are those lessons that you learn, and really those are those lessons that you earn by getting knocked down from your own experience. Ooh, that's tough. As my mentor, Dr. Willie Jolly shares, a setback is nothing but a set up for a comeback. I appreciate that, Dr. Jolly. Now let's talk about those superpowers. Yeah, Superman. That's turning those experiences, those lessons earned, those scars, the scar tissue that you get into those strengths that you can use, as well as that you can share to help others along their way. So that we know that as we go through life, as we go through business, we're going to learn. I think Kevin Hart said, you're going to learn today. The only question I have for you is it going to be a learning through a shortcut from a mentor, or are you going to decide to use the setback and hit that brick wall all on your own? That is the question. The magic is that both can lead to our superpowers. Whether we do it on our own, we try to be Superman. Yeah, hold up. Let me see. Yeah, Cam Newton, he used to do the Superman pose. Do we want to do it on our own, or do we want to go ahead and lean into teamwork, making that dream work? Now, I want to tell you about the shortcut, borrowing the wisdom of others who have been there and done that, and they've got the scars to show it. Why not leverage them? Why not leverage their knowledge, their wisdom to help you? Now, I was just out in Hottsdale, aka Scottsdale, with 800 plus speakers. There were Hall of Famers there, CSP, certified speaking professionals. And I can't tell you how much knowledge and wisdom I was able to soak up because I was willing to ask the question. And then I was also willing to shut the heck up. Shh. If you ask the right questions, and you open up your ears to learn, it's amazing how much you can learn. And last week we talked about counting blessings. I count my blessings every day for so many mentors and coaches. I want to give a shout out to Jane Jenkins Hurlong, to my mentor, Anton Gunn, to Dr. Willie Jolly, Valda Ford, Lenore Billings Harris, Bill Cates, Jason Dorsey, to my coaches, Coach Kristen, Coach Becca, Coach Trey, Coach Tay Taylor, not Taylor Swift, who I think came out with that 12-12. I think she dropped it like it was hot. I'm not a Swiftie, but I know some people who are. I'm looking at you, Dr. Sarah Globe, Sarah G. But essentially, how are you making sure that you're taking that shortcut to learn? The way I look at it is mentors can be that GPS. They can help you zig when you might have zagged. And they're not going to drive the car for you. That's you. You're at the steering wheel. But they can certainly help you avoid any potholes that might be on that way. Hey, Larry, I've been there, done that before. I would encourage you to do it that way. Now, the setback, I think that's the HKU, Hard Knocks University. Yes, Rick Daly, the School of Hard Knocks. Those are lessons that you learn and that you pay from your own mistakes. One of my biggest was MVP Baseball Softball Academy. Yeah, strike three. We definitely struck out there. What's going on to my old business partner, Jason Angel? I got you covered, Jay. We certainly learned some tough lessons there. The biggest lesson learned and earned there is you got to know your numbers. And that's not batting averages. We knew batting averages. We got the kids ripping. It's not stolen bases. Yeah, we got them stealing bases. Yeah, that's my expertise right there. And it's not even RBIs. The numbers that you need for a successful business are the income statement, the balance sheet, the statement of cash flows. Yeah, you better have your financial statements and understand the numbers. Unfortunately, we didn't. And we certainly felt it. The lesson that we learned there is know your numbers, because sometimes the lessons don't stick until you feel it. And we certainly, hold up, wait a minute. We certainly felt it. In the words of LL Cool J, Mama said, knock you out. But the good thing is that it taught us grit. It taught us resilience, persistence, and we gained that wisdom, because guess who's back? Back again. Larry's back after I learned from that lesson that I better understand my numbers for my business. Now, that's where the superpower comes from. It's the strength, it's the insights, it's the wisdom, it's the skills that you gain from those lessons learned and lessons earned, that you're a survivor, that you made it through. If you're watching this right now, you're still standing. And I would reckon to believe, that's the Southern coming out of me, I would reckon to believe that you've been through some I think HR might be watching. I'm heading to an HR conference in Broward County in a couple of weeks. That you've been through some stuff. We'll call it some stuff. And you're still standing. Think about those lessons that you've learned from the stuff that you've been on. Tough people, that's you, are greater than tough times. And tough times don't last always. Yeah, I love that song right there for any of my gospel fans out there. So essentially, I want you to think about the scars that you've attained throughout your journey, through the ups, which feel so good, as well as the downs. Womp, womp. Change that perspective of those downs are teaching you a lesson. Because if you don't get any scars along this journey, you're not living life. And essentially, the scars show you what you've been working with, which is that strength. I just had a great conversation yesterday with Dr. Terrence Root. And what he shared is that from his experience, what he's learned is that from leadership, some of the best leaders are those that have learned and have the perspective of, what did I survive versus what did I achieve? Now, it's great if you achieve. We certainly don't want to poo-poo on that. It's great to have achievements, but if all you have is achievements and you haven't been through the storms, how are you going to weather those storms? How are you going to make it through that stuff that's bound to hit us? If you're living life to the fullest, you're bound to get hit by some stuff. Think about those survival skills. I tell my wife, who moved here from Argentina, didn't know a soul, that she's got that internal entrepreneurial spirit, that figure it out, that find a way to get it done and make it happen just by nature. By doing that, I don't know if I could move to a new country, didn't know anybody. Ooh, that's going to be some tears right there. But think about those things that you have been through and you're still standing today. I want to let you know this world doesn't need you to be perfect. No one is perfect. No one on this earth is perfect right now. But we do need you to make sure that you share your transformational story. You share those lessons that you've been through. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others. I think they say sharing is caring. So here goes what I want you to do. I'm going to challenge you. I want you to think about, what's that one BHAG, that big, hairy, audacious goal that you have right now through the end of the year? How are you going to truly thrive in 2025? And I want you to think, who's already achieved that goal? Who out there has already done what you want to do? It's someone's out there. I mean, unless you're a true trailblazer doing something that's never been done. If you are, let me know. Yeah, you can let me know. I won't tell your secret. But probably chances are that whatever you want to accomplish, someone's already done it. Who are they? Can you reach out to them to learn from them? Can they share with you a lesson that they learned along their journey? And maybe they have tools and resources that could assist you. Will you reach out to them? And then if you do reach out to them, will you take action? So often we gain knowledge and we don't take action on that knowledge. So I encourage you, whether you're getting hit with setbacks right now, whether you're experiencing success, I encourage you to look for the shortcut, those experiences and those people that can guide you in the right direction. It's kind of like those Sherpas on Mount Kilimanjaro that can tell you, you don't want to go that way. That's a death wish. Follow me. Don't get me singing up here. But essentially those people that can guide you in the right direction. So in the comments, if something that I said touched you, please go ahead and leave it. Please share it with someone else. And I encourage you, please subscribe to my email newsletter. It's now weekly. We're in your inbox every single week, hopefully providing you with some knowledge that will help you recharge, reset, reinvigorate, revitalize, refocus, and recharge to be your very best. Thank you so much for joining today, Instagram. I see you live. For my folks on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, yeah, it's the recording. We'll see you at 12:10. But thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next Wednesday. Make it a wonderful week. It's your choice. Bye for now. Peace. All right, IG, I'll holler at you. Thanks for tuning in. All right, now YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. Bye for now. Peace.